on Fidel Odinga Road or highway to join Kongowea junction of the Mombasa Malindi Road. This is a very Fidel Odinga Street, one of the old family members who passed away from the Odinga family. And of course we lost Raila Odinga, our hero for justice, fighting for our justice and democracy, just a month or so ago. And unfortunately also the sister passed on a week ago. So it's a political family in Kenya. Someone wants to hit us here from the right hand side. We've told him off. And alright, so we are on Mombasa. You can see the architecture here is borrowings from Arab culture. Remember, Mombasa at some point was ruled by sultans from Oman, and then the Mazrui family came in. But here the culture is basically oriented to the Arab world, Oman especially, Yemen. A lot of families here have origins in Oman and Yemen. You can see the old style houses with the corrugated iron sheets that are rusted because of the seawater. We are approaching China Center now, a new shopping mall here known as Nyali Bazaar, but popularly known as China Center because of the main anchor unit. There is the China Center that sells almost all types of items. Kongowea market is just ahead or junction, but this is the market here, old market. Then we shall pass Kengeleni. Kengeleni is actually just at the junction. Kengeleni in Kiswahili means the bell, and it was a slave trading center where slaves were being marketed and the bell could be rung for the attention of the slave buyers. I hope my history is correct. I was a good student in history, so it should be correct. And yeah, there we go. The traffic is building up. Kongowea market for you. We didn't expect anything else. We are loving it here. Traveling. Keep traveling, keep moving. Charlie Boy World Explore, Mombasa, Kenya. And we're gonna show you what's going on here on the East African coast. Mombasa is one of the East African coast ports. I think the biggest, followed by Dar es Salaam. Dar es Salaam, meaning in Arabic, port of peace. Port of peace is the used to be the capital of Tanzania or Tanganyika, that joined with Zanzibar to form Tanzania. So now we have the capital as Dodoma, that is more inland, and Arusha is the tourism capital. So for you, very busy junction, lots of tuk-tuks, lots of border motorists, and the Kengeleni is just across here. I hope we'll see it, but I think it was demolished. I don't know if the bells, the bell is still there. Yeah, there is Kengeleni, there is the bell, the slave trade bell during the slave trade era. And yeah, this place is so busy. I think we're gonna keep showing you. Alright, Charlie Boy here, World Explorer. Let's keep moving. Approaching Nyali Bridge. Nyali Bridge is a very area here for sightseeing, viewing the creek, viewing the ships, the boats, crossing the Fort Jesus area, but though Fort Jesus is slightly further on. We are now on Nyali Bridge in a short while. Hope I'll get the creek views. Lots of traffic today. Lots of traffic today. There's Nyali Bridge for you. Nyali Bridge. You can see the creek and the tuk-tuks Nyari Bridge for you there. It's not a new bridge, it's old. I think the country or the government is mooting a new bridge that will sort issues of traffic in the evening, because Mombasa has grown, the population has grown. We have so many local tourists on top of the foreigners. And here we have an old school on my right hand side, MM Shah. I remember as a child growing up at Likoni, MM Shah was a good school. And we are approaching Buxton or something like that. Buxton Point is a renovated and upgraded area of Mombasa. And this is the renewals that are happening in Mombasa City. Buxton Point there, the architect is actually my friend. And congratulations, architect, I love the stuff. Let's keep doing good stuff here. And here we go. So we are approaching Mombasa City, and I'll keep showing you, but the traffic is increasing, and I've closed my window just for safety reasons. Sometimes you never know. And alright, so we keep moving. Destination Forodani, Fort Jesus. Gonna enjoy the sumptuous meals at Forodani restaurant. And here the road is a highway, double lanes, two-way traffic, so it's good. It's very good actually. Okay, so let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Charlie boy here. The city of Mombasa. Which highway is this? Kenyatta Avenue?
This one is called Sheikh Abdallah's.
This is Sheikh Abdallah's Avenue. Kenyatta Avenue should be on the other side. This is old style architecture. Low buildings, not more than 5 stories. Most likely no lifts. This should have no lifts comfortably. Old style, painted white, I think to reflect the heat, and mostly white and blue. There you go, the city of Mombasa. And we are going to Old Town Mombasa, where the architecture changes to reflect another old era, another architectural style. The city of Mombasa right in the town center. Not much traffic today. The hustle and bustle of the city is just going on with its own rhythm. And just passing an interesting mosque on my right hand side. An interesting masjid there. You can see most buildings here are low rise. Newer buildings are going higher, like just ahead of me. That should have a lift, and that should be a new building. Old Town Mombasa, handcarts are everywhere. Rickshaws or tuk-tuks are everywhere. Handcarts mainly for local transportation of local produce, farm produce. Lots of coconuts here, lots of fruits, mangoes, oranges from Makueni County. Here we have parking on both sides of the road. Good stuff here, very nice stuff here. There's a traffic jam here today, but let's keep moving, let's keep moving. Hi folks, again we are on Makadara Road, right in the center of Mombasa City. Just passing the Central Police Station. We've just passed a popular restaurant there known as Tarbush. And yeah, we are gonna approach Old Town Mombasa from a different street. I've not been on this street. Makadala Street, the Central Police Station there. Here again the buildings are low rise buildings. And here we have eateries. We have Baka restaurant on my left hand side. Popular eateries here. Remember we are in Mombasa City. Mombasa City is the second largest in Kenya and is the biggest on the coastal strip. Mombasa City started much earlier than Nairobi, of course. during the Portuguese invasion and occupation of the coastal strip of Kenya. So here we are having, we are now turning down to the Fort Jesus area. Remember, Fort Jesus was an old Portuguese port for protecting the port when they had the wars with the British. I don't know who else invaded Mombasa, but I remember the British used to invade to fight the Portuguese, and eventually the British won. But the Portuguese left us a legacy here, an icon, Fort Jesus. Beautiful as they come, very old, I think built in the 14th century. I think after Vasco da Gama had passed through, I'm not sure. But now we are going to Diaku Road. That's Fort Jesus for you there on my right hand side. A serious icon on the coastal strip. So we are driving off to Forodani, and Forodani seems to have a jam or a traffic snarl up. But we are gonna get there. Remember, this is a popular tourist destination, so there are many people visiting. The rickshaws or the borders or the tuk-tuks are many on the road, and they have just blocked us. And I can see lots of foreign tourists today. I don't know, is this a one-way or two-way traffic? Because it's too narrow. Here it seems too narrow. We are right in the heart of Old Town Mombasa. Reconstruction is going on here. Someone has delivered some building blocks. They use coral stones here for building. Old Town Mombasa, the streets of course are narrower, much narrower. Of course, they were not designed for vehicles, they were designed for donkeys. A lot of architectural heritage here for the Swahili culture. Remember, we have one of the oldest mosques here, named after an old family in Mombasa. Right ahead you can see the minaret of the Mandri Mosque. I think it's Mandri Mosque because I know one of my friends who comes from that family, QS Mandri. So there we go. That's the Mandri Mosque, one of the oldest, built in the 1500s. Yes, Mandri Mosque. Yeah, there you go. And the Forodani is just ahead of us. You can see the balconies here were made of timber with the serious decorations. Very good architecture here. Architecture students, this for you. And we've just gotten to our destination. I wish to thank our very humble and polite taxi gentleman here next to me. Thank you, man. And so here we go. We've reached our destination, and I'll keep talking to you guys. All right. Good afternoon at Forodani Restaurant, Old Town Mombasa. Just arrived for lunch. We are here for lunch today. We shall have snacks and some juices to cool off. Remember, it's hot here. I'm viewing across now to English Point across the creek. Several developments across the creek. Several developments. And this is Forodani Restaurant. I'm here with my boys. We are enjoying the meals. And there's my boy Jemon, smiling. Lovely Danny. Let me show you across the other side. That's Forodani for you. Lovely there. We've ordered for coastal dishes, biryani. That's my son Francis. Yeah, Frankie do. That's my son Daryl there. Yeah, Daryl. And we are having lots of fun here today. We're gonna move from here to Mamangina Drive. We'll keep moving as the day goes on. I'm seeing ships far off into the ocean. I don't want to zoom in because sometimes it distorts, but there are several ships going to the harbor. Mombasa is one of the big ports on the Eastern African coast, serving Uganda, Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, even up to South Sudan. Yeah, so there you have it. Restaurant, Old Town Mombasa. Charlie Boy here, World Explorer. We'll keep you posted. Hi guys, Charlie Boy here, now leaving Forodani Beachside Restaurant next to the old port of Mombasa. It's actually a narrow corridor connecting the street to the beach. Old Town is mostly narrow streets, shadowed alleys that were very critical in controlling temperatures for the residents who are mostly walking and using donkey carts or such facilities. So we are on the street now. You can see the narrow street, and the buildings are being repainted, some are being renewed. The yellow building is not the classical example like the building here on my right hand side. This is a classical example of Old Town Mombasa, and that is the old port square where the ships could anchor and the products were removed. Most of these buildings are getting too old. They need to be remodeled, but heritage must be maintained. And so yeah, this is old Port Mombasa. So we are gonna walk to Fort Jesus as I show you old Port Mombasa and the old town streets. These are good example of town architecture. Beautiful balconies in timber, cantilevered balconies. Very interesting detailing. This is lovely, this is lovely. This is lovely stuff here. Narrow streets, old buildings, some are getting taken over by plants. Like this one here, I don't know if there are people inside. But yeah, this is Old Town. And we're just walking along the streets, enjoying it and loving it. It's getting cooler now. Old Mandri Mosque, one of the oldest in Kenya, built in 1570. Mandri Mosque for you, built in 1570. You can see how the street looks ahead. Beautiful old alleys, narrow for today's motor vehicles, but it was adequate for older time pedestrian walk. Very rich heritage here, almost similar to Zanzibar. Similar heritage and similar architecture. Swahili architecture at its best. Alright, Charlie Boy here, World Explorer, looking to Fort Jesus. Yeah man. Hey folks, still at Old Town Mombasa, at Fort Jesus. It's an amazing tourist destination. Several vehicles here today to visit the place. We are here in Old Town today, just viewing around, having fun and enjoying. Let me show us the famous Fort Jesus, built in 1593 up to 1596 by the Portuguese. They fought several wars with the British. At some point the British won, and yeah, it was to protect the port of Mombasa, entry into the port of Mombasa. We have an iconic place here, very beautiful. The Portuguese did some wonders here. Very beautiful here. So that's Fort Jesus. Some of the grounds. World Heritage Site now. National Museums of Kenya, World Heritage Site. Yeah. Imagine this place existed over 500 years ago. Almost 500 years ago. An amazing tree here. And there you have it, Fort Jesus. Old Town Mombasa. Lovely stuff here, lovely stuff here. Lots of curious shops, lots of paintings, and seafood restaurant there. This is just good stuff. The building looks like it's crumbling and almost made of mud. The walls are thick, almost a meter thick. This was good stuff. This was good stuff. Oh wow, there's even a football turf. So you can walk. Fort Jesus here. The big walls, small windows, cannon holes. Cannon fire was the fighting weapon then, and the peeping holes for the soldiers. All crazy stuff here. There you go, Fort Jesus for you. 1593 World Heritage Site and a football pitch. Right next to Fort Jesus, we have a football pitch here, artificial turf. Amazing stuff here, amazing. All right.